Hey, welcome back to Grammy's Cottage Kitchen. Today we're going to be making apricot gluten-free scones. Several years ago, I took on a sort of hobby discovering gluten-free treats for several friends and extended family. I genuinely get the biggest kick out of pleasing folks with great food. So I'm super pleased to share my gluten-free scones recipe with you all today, just in time for Valentine's Day. My treat to you. I'm going to sift together in a large bowl 2 cups of a good quality 1-to-1 gluten-free flour mix, a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of gluten-free baking powder, and a 1/3 cup of sugar. Add a 1/4 teaspoon of xanthan gum if it is not included in your gluten-free flour mix. Set the flour mixture aside and grate 8 tablespoons of frozen unsalted butter. Okay, so the process is much like a biscuit dough. With a large fork and then using my hands, I carefully cut in the chilled butter into the flour mixture. The butter should still be visible with pieces no larger than pea size. In a separate bowl, whisk together 2/3 cup of buttermilk, 1 beaten egg, and 1½ tablespoons of sour cream or plain Greek yogurt. Add to the wet ingredients 3/4 cup dried fruit. Today I'm using chopped dried apricots, but currants are another lovely choice instead. So make a well in the center of the flour. Add the entire wet ingredients to the dry ingredients. Use a dough whisk and mix together using as few strokes as possible to incorporate all the ingredients together. You will have a somewhat sticky dough. Go ahead and sprinkle a small amount of gluten-free flour onto a clean work surface. Now press the dough out with clean hands into a large rectangle. I use my pastry dough cutter to gently fold over the ends like a letter and then gently press it back out to about 1¼ inches thick. With a small biscuit or pastry dough cutter, press firmly down to your work surface. Do not twist the cutter as it will affect how well your scones will rise. You can cut as desired into small circles or wedges. Place the cut scones onto a parchment-lined baking sheet, about 1 inch apart. With the pastry brush, gently brush the tops of each scone with heavy cream. Then sprinkle sugar on top of each scone. This will help glaze the scone a bit and help them turn golden brown without drying your scones while they bake. Set the sheet pan with prepared scones aside and let scones rest 20 minutes while the oven preheats. Heat your oven to 425 degrees. Place scones in the upper third section of your fully preheated oven. Check scones at about 10 minutes. Depending on your oven, it could take 12 to 14 minutes or so to become lightly golden brown on the top edges and bottoms. The scones are best served warm. I serve mine with creme fraiche and raspberry jam. Enjoy!